Some people say I'm 40 years old and still looking forward to love, yearning for love. I mean, so what if you're 40? Divorce for various reasons. I haven't looked for it in 10 years. Many people have left me messages. How can you say I'm so old? I just want to say that no matter what age, everyone should pursue themselves. Wormwood's right to its own happiness. Is there a sister like me? I like to have an American drink in the morning. Only American can brainwash and reduce swelling. I'm a 47-year-old leftover woman. This age is really old. But I'm not married. Why? Did I break the law or get in the way of others? Leftover women have been doing it for nearly 20 years. The poignant story in between. The ups and downs are hard to say. Writing 2 books is enough. Period. I was even more under great psychological pressure. We are Shangha, a small town in Suzhou, traditional Jiangnan water town. We are a lot less because we are afraid of our neighbors. Parents and relatives gossip and want to find someone to marry quickly. But at the same time, I can't learn to marry someone I don't love. After years of being torn. Painful insomnia. Until today, I'm not married. But that doesn't mean, what's wrong with my character? It doesn't affect my filial piety to my parents, kind and considerate, virtuous and open-minded, advocate beauty, and precisely because he is too kind, too much admiration for beauty to adapt to this realistic society. There are many butterflies in the world. There are also many green leaves. I just want the pure green leaf in my heart. Weak water, 3,000. Just take a scoop of drink. I search for, to meet a significant other. Very tacit understanding. A simple, kind, and beautiful man. The other half of the broken plate in my life. How unlikely is that? There have been few piles throughout the ages. So I have the rest? I guess I'm a very detached person, but not free enough. Of course, I seem to have encountered it in my hard waiting. But fate plays tricks, missed again due to misunderstanding. So I might be out of luck. But I went for it. No regrets. It's time to be free and easy. Now, I can calmly accept everything life has to offer me. Good or bad. Take Sunshine Avenue or a single plank bridge. It's all my own choice. Have the courage to face the consequences now. It's not complaining. Don't blame others at the same time. To face it correctly, analyze yourself. I'm not left because I don't understand men. Refuse to pay for each other. It's not because I can only work and not housework. I will do anything. The premise is to meet someone who likes me. People who can talk. Everyone's left over. The reasons for coming must be different. But there must be a reason. A good attitude is the most important thing. You, me. It's impossible to find someone who's never married now. If men are okay in all aspects, that person has children and has to accept it. And I have to love my dog, love me to be a happy family. If given the opportunity, I am willing to do a lot for each other. And use my maturity and wisdom to run a good family. Don't feel wronged. People at every stage, your mate selection criteria have to be adjusted because you are not static. Various factors are changing. I don't have to go into that. At this age, we should be harvesting mature, absolutely ripe through. Don't think through the truth. Then no matter what you encounter or, I don't meet anyone who is willing to get married, you can live with peace of mind. To discover what I didn't want to appreciate in the past, the beautiful scenery of ordinary life. To cherish the parents' affection that has been ignored due to busyness. Eat well alone. Have a good time. If you have a family, use your years of experience and harvested spiritual wealth. Make your home and family life more enjoyable. But this time, whether we pursue happiness or not, everyone should give their parents a little happiness. Return to parents, because no longer filial piety. After a few years, the child wants to be raised, but the kiss is gone. I regret it then, and honoring parents makes parents happy. Aging is our traditional virtue, worth holding on to. This year, my 98-year-old grandmother and 90-year-old grandmother, gone the same year, let me think. We are at a certain time, you can pursue your own happiness. However, We can't just pursue it selfishly all the time. Own happiness. Now for me, parents' happiness is also important. I can't use my marriage to make them happy. Then I'll do something else. So I decided to move back to my parents' town, cook for them every day, take them on a trip, spend more time with your parents. Do you agree with me?
Today, I want to respond to that beautiful woman up there. Her reply must be something that many girls are thinking right now. They think that the current situation is like this. Why get married? Is marriage just to be a man's babysitter and have kids? Now, the country even encourages this, saying, hey, women can have children on their own. And when they get older and don't want to marry, they can just pick a donor and do technology. Have a child alone. Isn't that great? Isn't that confidence? I don't know how many women think like this nowadays. And where does their confidence come from to say they can? Have those conditions? Of course. I'm not disputing those women who really have the ability to be independent. They can truly do that. Because they have the capability. Those who are capable are beyond doubt. You can understand that. But those who have a refined immediatism, have nothing, and hey, fantasize that one day they will suddenly have everything, then, they can have children alone. But don't mention whether they have money or not. The fact of raising a child is something. In traditional Chinese society, do you think this would be better than in a normal family? Those influencers really do anything for a little money. And they make it seem like traveling is something everyone can do. But in reality, it's a very small minority that can. Most of us ordinary people follow normal paths. Who wants to treat people as commodities? It's you yourself. Many people say that men should not see themselves as commodities. But at the same time, they demand that men have this and that. Aren't you treating yourself like a commodity? Isn't that true? You expect a man to have a house and a car, possessions, all these demands, that he should solve all your problems at once. So I ask you, what do you have? Your own understanding isn't even enough. Online, you just follow the trend, shouting that you want to have kids. But do you know how much it costs to raise a child? Those who can have children on their own. What is their annual salary? Are you talking about a salary of 3,000 to 5,000? Or 7,000 to 8,000? Think about it. Is it possible? Some people might say, then just don't get married. If you really think that way, fine. But most people can't do it. And they will feel anxious. Don't shake it off now. When the time comes when you're over 31, you might end up shocked. Isn't it true? It will be very difficult. And when you pass 35, you might not even have a job. Isn't this society so competitive now? If you're still alone, wanting to live your life alone, ask yourself, can you do it? If you can, then there's no problem. If you're still anxious, then act quickly. Respect the objective facts. Stay away from toxic self-help. I am from the 80s. I am 40 years old this year. Single. Have a job. But I don't want to work. I like to sleep in. I can cook. But I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to get married. I don't want to date. And I definitely don't want to have children. When I want a child, it's to take care of me in my old age. Currently, I am already considered an older mother. I have never found someone I wanted to marry. I have been in relationships, but they all ended. I used to work hard to prove that I'm not worse than others. Then I wanted to prove that to him. But I realized that just having that isn't enough. Being able to manage a household, taking care of others. I did that too. But in the end, we still didn't end up together. There was a time when I even doubted myself, wondering why I was so bad, why I couldn't do anything right. In my heart, there has always been a question. Why does this society judge a person based on whether they have social connections and how much money they can earn? While, in the traditional sense, you should be able to take care of the elderly, manage a household, do housework, but you'll be judged as a failure. Maybe I really am very bad. And the worst outcome I can expect is that no one will want me. And then I would accept being a useless person.
等在你的就是
意思我就只能找一个二婚的，然后再跟他生一个。
二婚的怎么了？二婚只是他的过去，他的过去你来不及参与，但是他的以后可以有你陪伴呀。你可以陪伴他的以后啊，对不对？人都有故事嘛，那人家也会嫌弃你呀。你那么大岁数了，你还没结婚，你同居过几个男人了？你谈过几次恋爱了？人家还会嫌弃你，知道吧？你懂不懂？很多男人他表面上不说，他遇到这种年纪大的女人，我不是指你哈，有很多男人，相当一部分的男人，他会认为你谈了你的恋爱史会很丰富，他觉得你这个女人就是不太那啥，他心里面很抵触，知道吧？他宁愿找一个离了婚的女人，他都不愿意找个大龄剩女。至少离了婚的女人，她结过一次婚，离过一次婚，她至少是干净的，知道吧？这个话是有点难听，我就不多说了哈。这你要考虑到男人他心里面。
离过一次婚是干净的，大龄剩女就不干净了吗？
没有，我没有这样子讲哈。至少很多大龄剩女她的私生活是极其混乱的，我不知道，但是我也不你说了我也不清楚。我只能说，大多数大龄剩女她们的私生活是极其混乱的。她们去剪个头发就要跟小奶狗搞在一起，去酒吧、去 KTV、去健身房都要被小奶狗要个泡泡，然后约出去吃火锅就拉个窗帘了。你说恶不恶心？买不买它？
你说的是你自己吧？
画廊、酒吧、KTV、游泳、健身、洗剪吹，就跟这些 loser 搞在一起。你觉得他们的私生活会很健康？算球了吧？而且有些小奶狗，他一天吃4、5顿，他都不把那个大龄剩女当个人，知道吧？我跟你说这些我都不讲，反正我跟你讲，大家对大龄剩女要谨慎，要持谨慎态度。我不是说年纪大的女生不能找哈，但是对年纪大的女生一定要持谨慎态度，就跟我们开车一样，前方事故多发路段，要谨慎驾驶，真的要谨慎。你们跟年纪大的女生谈恋爱非常的谨慎，因为别人搞不定的你也不可能搞定，别人不要的你也可以不要，反正都是有问题，这种问题是你解决不了的，是没有办法解决的，知道吧？其实当后妈真的还可以，你懂不懂？你白赚一个女儿，白赚一个儿子，这个孩子他会认你的，知道吧？他比你当亲妈都还亲。
你可拉倒吧，他会认我，人家有自己的，
他肯定会认你。那些离了婚的男人，一个人带孩子的，他绝对会有感恩的心。不要小瞧那些单亲家庭的孩子，尤其是那些单亲爸爸带儿子的，知道吧？我告诉你，很多女人都很绝情的，她离了婚看都不看的，抚养费都不给。
你说的只是部分情况而已，
不是部分情况，他们都在一起没有感情啊！你以为孩子不懂事不懂啊？
不可以默认每个人都会对你。
你帮人家养小，人家养你老。我还是那句话，你去养人家小，人家养你老，他凭什么不养你？第二个就是你跟人家老公两个，你跟人家爹两个，还有一个弟弟啊，对吗？他们又是亲兄弟，同父异母的亲兄弟，对不对？人家凭什么不对你好？你呀，你就是太自私了，只会为自己着想，你根本就没有接触过单亲爸爸。
别人当后妈是我自私啊。
肯定你自私啊，因为你都没有接触过，你就觉得
我凭什么要给一个不认识的人当后妈呀？
那你为什么不能给他当后妈？你给我讲一讲。
不是，你现在你要是跟我说我已经认识了一个人，他有一个孩子，我已经跟他产生了感情基础，我有可能会嫌弃他没有孩子呀，但是我不可能主动就是为了找一个二婚有孩子的吧？我为什么一定要？
你30多岁了，人到中年，你不找二婚，你找头婚了，你老婆婚，你觉得你还是小姐姐吗？你30几了，你88年了，你37了，大姐。
那我这么大没有结婚的男的也多了去了呀。
那男的也多了去了，他们就纯屌丝，你看得上吗？那些男的要是你看得上，你早就结婚了。你看不上他们的，我跟你讲，你就是心比天高，命比纸薄。你应该多去接触二婚这个群体再来发言，你不要现在这么抵触。我不是叫你一定要找二婚的，你自己下啊。如果说你觉得还可以再继续交往，觉得不可以，可以不找他们的嘛。但是你从内心里面，你从骨子里面都很抵触那种离婚带娃的。
我觉得你的意思并不是说让我不要排斥二婚的，而是让我主动去找一个二婚的。
因为只有这些男人里面才有优秀的呀，才有好的呀。
你说只有这些男人才是优秀的，没有结婚的就不可能优秀吗？你这也太
一样啊！像你这样的，你觉得你优秀吗？你结不了婚，你觉得你优秀吗？如果说你优秀，你怎么结不了婚？你肯定有各种各样的问题。我跟你讲，米粒，你自己把你自己的问题搞清楚，你有哪里的问题？
我为什么一定要去当后妈呢？你这根本就是极端。你可以告诉我今天我可以告诉你，如果我遇到一个男的，我跟他认识了，我觉得他不错，我产生了感情基础，我可以想一下，就是我能不能容忍他有孩子这件事情。那这个是有可能的，但我不可能说我主动我就不找那些未婚的，我就专门考虑已婚带孩子的，那也不对吧？ 也没有这个必要吧？
那是非常的对，因为只有这个群体才能入你的眼，因为你不考虑这个群体的话，你去找那种未婚的话，你绝对看不上的，那个不用讲了。
你怎么知道我肯定就看不上未婚的呢？未婚的优秀的也多了去了呀，那男的不结婚也不一定都是条件差呀。
未婚的优秀的多了去了，人家为什么有必要去找一个年纪大的老 baby 吗？男人只能接受一起慢慢变老。因为他自己年龄也大了呀。大龄剩女的最终归宿就是当后妈，我没说你的命运我要来由我个人来决定。
你觉得我的归宿是当后妈？
你的命运是由你自己来决定的，你把你自己熬废了、熬老了，中年妇女了，懂吗？
It's funny, in today's video we saw several people making excuses about why they can't find a relationship. Most believe they are single by choice. Not that I don't have candidates for a relationship, but I'm looking for something better. Basically, that's the common excuse they all use. In their minds, they have a value far above average and believe they have the power to choose. This happens to many people. Before facing reality, they linger in denial until they can accept the situation. To be honest, I truly think they have options. There are men willing to accept them, and you must agree with me, there are many women of different ages and backgrounds who have suitors, often more than one. I have no doubt that even those leftover Chinese women also have their options, but with such high egos, many of the men who fall at their feet are not to their liking. So do you agree with me? Leave your opinion in the comments. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.